Well, hello, and welcome to day one of this daily vlog series. I guess it's really not day one because I'm pretty sure I did a video every day last week as well, but now I'm really going to stay on top of it every day as we work through this quarantine so I can remember and you can remember what this period was like a year from now, 5 years from now, heck, even a week from now. It's also day one post shaving, so the beard is gone. The hair is short, so we're going to keep track and see how long it takes for this to grow back. The beard's already starting to come back in a little bit as I promised, and I bet you within a week we're going to have, some facial hair again. I don't know. Should I keep it off? Should I trim it up? Should I grow it back but keep it trimmed up? What about the hair? Do you like it this length? Let me know so I know what to do. Obviously, I'm open to suggestions. But it's currently about 4 o'clock or so in the afternoon. It says it's 48 degrees outside, but let me show you how deceptive that 47 degrees actually is. So you look out the window and it's this beautiful sunshiny day, and you would think, oh, it's going to be so warm and the sun is shining, but of course, it's 47 degrees, so it's still chilly. It stinks. You just want to go outside. You want to be able to do fun stuff out on the balcony, out on the deck, but yet, the trees don't have any leaves on them yet. But I know at least someone is enjoying this weather perfectly, and that is Leota, who's just laying here in the sun, working on her suntan, as always, enjoying the lovely weather from the sun out the sliding glass door. So even though this is technically going to be day one of my daily look at quarantine life, I've actually been quarantined, if you will, since about March 13th. That was the last day I went to work. Now, don't mistake that for saying the last day that I worked. That's not what I'm saying. That's just the last day I went into the physical location of where I worked. I have been working from home, uploading videos, responding to emails, and still instructing those I am charged with each and every day. So the work has certainly increased and it has changed, but it has not stopped, even though I have not physically been there since the 13th of March. Now, that's about, a little more than a month now. There's at least a whole nother month going on with this still, and who knows if we'll make it back into the actual physical building before the end of the year. So today, though, I thought, let's take a look at some of the magnets that I have on my refrigerator and go down memory lane and remember times when we were able to go outside and do stuff and have some adventures. Let's take a look. I certainly have a plethora of magnets, each with a story to tell, and even some dishes there that are being sorted, but we're not going to be able to go through all of these. You'd probably be bored out of your mind, but we'll look at a few of these for sure. This one comes from Ensenada, Mexico, which I got on a cruise. This was part of the Hawaii cruise, which left from Los Angeles, and we docked in Ensenada, Mexico, where I picked up in the market this magnet. It's next to an "Oh Say, Can You See?" which changes. We may not be able to see it here, but it definitely changes, and you have the lyrics to the Star Spangled Banner, also known as the national anthem, which I picked up, as you can see, from Fort McHenry National Monument and Historic Shrine outside Baltimore. And right next to it, of course, are the lyrics of the national anthem. And working my way across, we have the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C., and this really nice magnet from the inaugural sailings of the Disney Cruise Line's Alaska tours, which I really enjoyed. My dad and we went on those, and it was pretty great. We got this feline busy, kind of a fun little pun. Good old days in the outdoors when I survived the Gorge Trail, all 832 steps at Watkins Glen. And then I have some other big places I've been to, the north rim of the Grand Canyon and the south rim. I camped and hiked through both. I didn't go rim to rim, but I definitely did a good chunk, as far as you could go in one day without staying over with a permit. Next, I have a Philadelphia magnet of Independence Hall from our trip with the Boy Scouts a few years back. Palermo, Sicily, when I visited there a few years back. my ancestry comes from Palermo. On a different Disney cruise to the Bahamas, I was able to tour through Atlantis. I didn't go to the water park or anything fun like that. I just walked through the casino and took a look at everything, which was pretty awesome. I have this annual pass holder magnet from Disneyland Paris. So when I went to Disneyland Paris, I bought an annual pass. It was so cheap and it let me do a few different things and go back whenever I sort of wanted, even just for a quick little visit. This is the Mall of America logo, which I just went to for the very first time this past November for a conference for work. And that separates, just to break up a little bit, this version, let me straighten up here, this version of the Disneyland Paris Castle. Beautiful Sleeping Beauty Castle. You have another Grand Canyon one, so they're all lined up next to each other. Grand Canyon North Rim, South Rim, and the Desert View Watchtower on the other side. So a great place to go visit. Next, the Devil's Bathtub at Old Man's Cave at Hocking Hill State Park in Ohio. One of my favorite places to go. I even have this nice campground logo as well too. Plus, the Sphinx head, all from Hocking Hills. I definitely recommend going out there in Hocking County. It's a wonderful trip. You won't regret it. Old Man's Cave in particular, beautiful, great hiking, great camping. Definitely check it out. Next I have some wood ones. That's going to be my s'more campfires from Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort. Beautiful. Plus from Morris Pancake House, you might have watched the video of me trying to go for the record, if you will, of pancakes. If you didn't see it, I'll link to it right now. You can either see it here or look below. See how I did. Going for the record, not even close. Sounds about right. Here, I have my magnet from St. Augustine, Mission of the Name of God. In St. Augustine, the site of the first Catholic Mass in the United States. Of course, it was owned by Spain at that time, and our history really looks at the English point of view, so Jamestown, but the first Thanksgiving, the first Mass, all predated anything that happened at Jamestown here in St. Augustine. I have my beautiful Vatican magnet that I got when I toured the Vatican museums. We have the nice image here from the Sistine Chapel with the creation of Adam, the creation of humanity, with the dome of St. Peter's. And we have this beautiful Castaway Cay magnet, Disney's private island in the Bahamas. I do wish I was on my hammock right there, going to Monstro Point or Serenity Bay, the adults only beach. I still have this magnet from the rebrand of the Buffalo Bills uniform, which I'm going to guess was from 2011 since there's an 11 on there. The uniforms change a little bit more as Nike now makes them, no longer Reebok, but I still have that there. Likewise, I have this giant Buffalo Bills logo from M&T Bank right there. Probably something you could put on your car, but I keep it on my refrigerator. I also have this magnet here and the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, which I picked up again on a Boy Scout trip to Cleveland. I have this magnet here of the back lot at Universal Studios Hollywood, where some of your favorite movies were made, including Back to the Future, Three Amigos, and others. Awesome. I have this magnet from Budapest. No, I have never been to Hungary, but I had a former student of mine who was from there, and as a thank you gift for all that I did for them throughout the course of the year, they gave that to me at the end of the year. So it's proudly on my refrigerator. Thank you so much for the thoughtful gift. In Philadelphia is the Museum of the American Revolution, where they have a display of Washington's war tent. The actual one still preserved, so you can see a cool show about it, and that's what it looks like. And here it is on my refrigerator, so I can remember that. A few years back, I went hiking at Joshua Tree National Park in California. I did the Boy Scout Trail, which I'm sure is on here somewhere. I'd have to look a little closer. But I did the Boy Scout Trail with my brother. Pretty awesome trip. Now, underneath that one is the air base out near central New York in the heart of the Finger Lakes, Sampson Air Base. I've also been to the very moving and profound 9/11 Memorial Museum at the heart of where the World Trade Center used to stand, also known as Ground Zero. So we have this magnet here with this awesome quote from Virgil, "No day shall erase you from the memory of time." I also have this one, of course, of the cross that formed naturally from the girders when the towers fell and you want to ask where God was, well, look. God was right there. You just had to look. And of course, believe. I've also done some camping at Raccoon Creek State Park just outside of Pittsburgh. So I have this nice one here with all the different wildlife, and that one as well with the butterflies. So very, very beautiful. I see over here another Philadelphia one from that Boy Scout trip with the Liberty Bell. Always fun. And a local movie night when they did the Final Night and Day horror movie. Pretty cool. Been to Boston on Boy Scout trips, and I have friends from there. Mother Teresa, a good reminder of, serving the poor, being faithful to one's vocation, and really seeing God in all people. Another one here of the Mall of America with some of its stats, figures, the temperature inside, all sorts of cool things there. And last but not least, this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame museum from a Boy Scout trip to Cleveland. Looking on the side here, I have this Castaway Club for being a repeat cruiser on the Disney Cruise Line. I'm Silver member, a dry erase sport. Have a timer that looks like a Fantasyland sign at Disney World or Disneyland, bought for me by my sister. The Ralph C. Wilson patch, which is great. And of course, notification for Catholic radio. I also have this excellent Simpsons magnet. Floor pie. I hope Homer doesn't fall down the stairs into the basement or anything like that while Bart is stealing the money out the back pocket. So, did you enjoy that look at all of the different magnets and a walk down memory lane? I have plenty more than that, I'm sure. Stuff I'd never bothered to put up, things from Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, all sorts of different things that I have. So with that, that's a look at this quarantine day, just reminiscing about all the different places I've been and thinking about where I might go next. Who knows? Hopefully I'll get to Great Smoky Mountain National Park soon. That's where I was supposed to be last week. I would very much like to get there at some point this year, but we shall see. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, give it a like, or ring that notification bell so you stay in the loop of these inside the house quarantine adventures. Hopefully soon we can get outside and do something more exciting. But if you look behind me, I have a whole shelf of things that we can start looking at. So who knows what we're going to find. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Stay safe. Stay well. See you soon.